Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A woman is in a critical condition after being shot in the head while protesting against Myanmar's military coup in the capital Naypyidaw. There have been reports of serious injuries as police have increased their use of force as protesters enter the 5th consecutive day. Images show protesters returning to the streets as thousands of people join the demonstrations. Among protesters, there are hundreds of government workers and even monks who have decided to descend into the streets. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has admitted that the EU was late to authorise COVID-19 vaccines.
Nous avons sous-estimé la difficulté liée à la production de masse.
The comments have come after the EU faced criticism for the slow pace of delivery under its vaccine scheme. The rollout has also been hit by delays from vaccine producers including Oxford, AstraZeneca and Pfizer and BioNTech. So far, 26 million vaccine doses have been delivered, and Ms von der Leyen has said that by the end of the summer, 70% of adults in the bloc should have been inoculated. Prince Charles and his wife Camilla have received their first doses of COVID-19 vaccine. The Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall can be seen arriving at the vaccination centre at Gloucestershire Royal Hospital. The royals are in the 70 and over age bracket who are being urged to come forward if they have not yet received the vaccine. The Prince tested positive for coronavirus during the first wave of the pandemic in March last year after displaying mild symptoms. Travellers to the United Kingdom who violate newly imposed quarantine restrictions could be fined £10,000 or be jailed for 10 years. Under new measures due to come into force from Monday, British and Irish residents arriving in England from the 33 red list countries will have to pay up to £1,750 to quarantine for 10 days in government-managed hotel rooms. Health Secretary Matt Hancock has said the country must tighten its borders against mutant coronavirus strains.
This means that any returning residents from these countries will have to quarantine.
The government has more than 5,000 hotel rooms immediately available for people to quarantine in. Arrivals in England must currently have proof of a negative COVID-19 test in the past 3 days before departure. About 600 gallons of petroleum and water have leaked from an oil refinery in the San Francisco Bay. A sheen can be seen on top of the water off Point Richmond in Northern California. The spill, which has now been stopped, has come from a Chevron refinery pipeline, which was leaking roughly 5 gallons per minute into the bay. The incident is now under investigation. And finally, a Latvian father has built a huge sledding track in his backyard for his kids. One ride lasts almost a minute, with the bobsleigh going up to 30 kilometers per hour along the 170-meter long track. He has repurposed motorcycle sidecars into 2 sleds and used old water pipes as the runners. The project has cost only €50, with most of the building materials coming from old wardrobes that he didn't want to throw away. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.